Hello and welcome back to the Chalice of Souls walkthrough. Last time we found our way into the brothel, the Dark Hollow, so now let's continue in mission 2, Beyond the Secluded Passage. Let's load up the save from the first mission and take a look at the objectives here. The Chalice of Souls is rumored to be in this brothel. Locate it and steal it. The clientele is comprised of all sorts of nobles who hold secrets, and secrets are easy to uncover in establishments like this. See if you can find some registry or ledger containing information. Who knows, this could come in handy for future jobs. This brothel attracts a wealthy clientele that desperately needs to be relieved of its riches. Don't leave the premises without snatching at least 2,000 worth of valuables. A true professional doesn't leave a mess, don't kill anyone. Find a way out once all your other objectives are complete. Okay, a little fun fact. If you take every single piece of loot in the brothel, you still won't be able to meet the loot goal. There is only 1910 loot available. There is of course more to the mission than the brothel, and you can easily meet your loot goal, but I always found this a little bit peculiar. Now, we don't have a shop, obviously, because we're continuing where we left off last time, but the important part is that we have 5 water arrows and 2 mass arrows, and that should be enough for this run. I'll use a couple of each, and there are also more of those available in the mission, so I'll show you which of them you can get easily. There are a few of them that are actually pretty challenging to get. There is also no map of the brothel. Now, purely in terms of navigation, it's not difficult at all. The brothel is not big, and it's not mazy. It has a pretty clear layout, but it's not easy to navigate it undetected. This is one of the most challenging missions I've ever ghosted, because it's chock full of AIs, it has a lot of torches and candles, so it's well illuminated, and it's also mostly tile-floored. So this will be pretty hard. I think I have a good strategy outlined for this, so hopefully I won't be stuck in any place for too long. And first things first, I wanna rope up to this vent. Okay. Once it's closed, you can start making a little bit of noise. And here we get to some sort of an attic space. I don't know if I should call this an attic because we're on the ground, but anyway. Here's a gold candlestick, worth 50. And here we can rope down to the room below. Oh, 4 more pieces of loot to get here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's also a book. Lustful tales and other satires and friskiness. She immediately noticed my aristocratic status, my subtle features, my fine beard, my mischievous eyes. In short, the absolute opposite of the local loud's bovine faces and soulless hides. We understood each other in an instant after our eyes met. I followed her to a barn, seeking refuge under its wooden roof. A merciful fresh air had welcomed me as I was now sheltered from glances. Merciful not only because this summer day was torrid, but also because my own concupiscence was burning my stomach. The sultry libertine behaved like a demanding woman, hard to please and even imperial. I had to appeal to the untold resources of my besieged virility, so as to not hurt my egoism, and also in order not to disappoint the hopes of her unfulfilled femininity. I eventually proved I was up to the task. After a while, still during the day, the Countess joined her boorish husband, her flesh appeased and her face lost in dreams, as he was still busy discussing tiresome theology with the local Hemorrhoid priest. There is also a switch here, you can see, and that switch opens this hatch as well, so you can open it from down there. And there is also a door, of course, leading to the brothel, but the problem here is that I want to retrieve my rope, and you can only do that if you get out through the attic, obviously. So let's see, it can be a little bit hard for Garrett to actually mantle this place. Okay, that went well. close this up, and to retrieve my rope, I'm just gonna use another one. There we go. So 4 pieces of loot I took down in that room, brought the total to 255.
Someone there?
Okay. To descend from here,
Noise
get
stopped.
as close as possible to this open vent, and just inch your way little by little off this ledge. Should be able to do this without taking damage. And the easiest way to close it is to just use a rope. You can close it as you're falling from there. Requires a little bit of finesse, but you can do it. Okay. There is an archer in the room beyond who can be facing
Over there.
3 ways, and he faces the direction I don't want him to face right now. So this will just require some trial and error.
Look over there.
Over there.
Let's see if I can gauge him a little bit. As this can be hard. I am lit here.
Over there. There's.
Something there.
I saw something.
Okay. Nice. Let me make a real save here. And let me talk about this place. So I'm safe in this shadow. Nobody uses this arch and comes through here, so I can stand here. However, this is not a perfect shadow. As you see, if I bring up my sword, my light gem looks a little yellowish. And this is true for every shadow in this mission. In my practice run, I haven't been able to find a single perfect shadow in this entire mission. And if you're unfamiliar with the term, a perfect shadow is a place where it's so dark that even when you bring up your sword, your light gem still stays completely black. And some kind of AI walks into you, even if they bump into you, they wouldn't notice you. So that won't be the case in this mission. So just keep that in mind, that when I say that the shadow is safe to hide in, I mean relatively safe. Might not be completely safe. There are also these candles here. You see, they are everywhere in this mission. And you can throw them to put them out. You don't need any water arrows to do this, which is great. And I'm gonna go pretty hard on dousing these candles, because this is very useful. Of course, there is a little bit of risk. You have to get close to them to douse them, obviously, and while doing that you are fully lit, but it's still worth it. Okay, let me read this copy of the City Tribune here for the 11th month of 833. Incident at the Bear Pits. The incident occurred at the Glimmer Water Pit this Teamsday. The bear, weighing close to 1,600 pounds, leapt over the barrier and harmed 3 spectators, including the Honorable Lord Bacchus, whose days are not in danger. The animal managed to escape the pits and terrorized the neighborhood before being killed by Sir Sawyer and his alert men. Are the bear pits safe enough? Our experts debate. More on page 5. Floods in Stone Market. Caused by the heavy rains this Veneficus, a serious flood damaged Felton Manor and caused important deterioration from Cloister Lane to Ghost Crossway. Colton Brackery of the Stone Market Public Works Division declined to comment on the efficiency of the anti-flood systems. More on page 9. Rumpleball, Highway Stone Market 2-3, Darksmoke Hightown 7-5, Merkball North Quarter 2-6. Okay, so this is just an interesting bit of trivia. This mission takes place a month after endless rain, and apparently the rains were so heavy that they actually caused some flood damage. We've only seen a bit of that in the sewer, but it apparently got much worse. So my next goal would be to get into this corridor on the right and loot 2 rooms. And I have to worry about the guard in there, as well as the woman and this patron. Both of them just entered that room. I also want to pickpocket the patron standing there, So the woman just left.
What was that there? I saw something.
Okay, good. So here I'm relatively safe again. That woman stations herself in front of this little desk, so she can catch you here. Also picked up a vase for a total of 300, and now that this patron has left, I can pick up 2 goblets in this room. Until total 330.
Stop tapping with me.
And then I make a clack and ruin everything.
What's that?
Okay, let's wait for this patron again. The drunk in that opening is neutral. Don't have to worry about him. Okay, next I wanna head over to the other room here.
In the shadow there. Huh? Must have been rats.
Okay, we can hide here. And we have to pick the lock on this door.
Someone making noise?
Okay. Here we have 3 women. The one sleeping on the bed, I assume, is a female patron. This woman has a purse. There is also a flute here to get. And a mass arrow on the windowsill right there. So grab it if you need it. Okay, so there is the flute. Total 392. Gonna make plenty of real saves in this mission, and let me show you what's further down here. This is the pool room, which doesn't have any loot. There is a water arrow, here is one more in the pool, but nothing else. And I really don't recommend getting into this room. It's very risky, and you can get water arrows elsewhere. You shouldn't need to get these. So I'm not gonna go into this room. That won't work. Person this guard, not guard, patron. Level 412. Let's see if I can make a quick dash over to this side.
These old buildings make too much noise.
I should be good here. So I'm gonna enter this corridor next. This looks like a good time to go. Okay, good. This is the room we've already looted. We approached from the attic. So I'm not gonna go in there. I'm gonna take the staircase here to the left and head up to the 2nd floor, actually. douse the candles here, but that doesn't make this corridor really safe. And I can hear the patron coming down here, so he would have caught me if I
thought I saw
stood there.
something.
He also has a purse. Level 437.
To see things, I'd better get some rest.
Here, let's douse these candles, make this place a little bit safer. Don't bother dousing candles. In this room you will still be well lit because of that sensor. Okay, let me actually make a real save here and explain this room. We are now about to enter Madame Dimitra's chambers. Here we go. And this is by far the most difficult place in the mission to sneak through. Inside we have Madame Dimitra herself, of course, to worry about, but there is also this guard who can see you in that room
Sir?
through a window.
Was that you?
So that's something to keep in mind as well.
Well, guess it was
And it
nothing.
can be a little bit challenging. So I'm not gonna explain it just yet. I'm just I wanna get over to the far room in the back there, to the bedroom, and douse one candle to make a little bit of shadow for myself. So let me do that first, and then I'll explain it a little bit more. I also wanna grab a couple of loot pieces on my way in there.
Who's there?
This one.
Is someone there?
I thought I saw something.
That was pretty close. 2. Also 2 moss arrows here. Easy to get in case you need them. Okay, 3, and let's douse this. Now I'm safe. Okay. So in here, it really helps to know Madame Dimitra's patrol route. She has 4 stopping points. So she stations herself on the balcony here, looking out. Then she walks over to the fireplace, like this. And she goes over to her desk, stands here, and then over to this cabinet. You can also see a hidden switch there, which I'll flip shortly. Notice also that bookcase, which looks very suspicious. So, and then she continues back to the balcony. Knowing that is really helpful, because then you can sort of move along with her. And she also has a purse to pick. And there's also a gold vase there, which I'm gonna get. 1, 2, 3 pieces of loot near the fireplace, and I'm gonna get a complaint. Let's read it. Madam, I used to enjoy the dreadful company of the obscene harlots you have the gall to call your lovely girls, but I will bestow the privilege of my manhood to them no more. When one of them had the audacity to laugh at me and call me boring and unsatisfying, telling me she had more pleasure with some girl half an hour ago, I felt deeply insulted. Let me be very clear. Your courtesans are here to please us men, and that is the end of it. The mere thought of female pleasure and lust repulses me. What's next? Women being able to enjoy themselves without a partner? This place is nothing more than filth and debauchery, and I'm absolutely categorically furious and will not set foot in this blasphemous establishment anymore. Heed my words, you sleazy trollop, Mr. Cadwell. So I'm gonna drop it back there. Another thing to keep in mind here is don't get greedy trying to get everything. You see there are also 2 vases on the fireplace, and I didn't get those because I didn't have time. She would have caught me if I tried to do that. Okay, let's wait for her to turn around like this. And then I think I can move. So yeah, 2 vases, and also a secret switch that opens the bookcase I showed you earlier. So we're now at 907 in terms of loot. Now, I'll also use a mass arrow in this doorway. It'll make this place a little bit easier. I'm not gonna use one in that doorway, or an arch, because Dimitra used it herself, and it's kinda counterintuitive, but I wanna be able to judge where she is based on her footsteps, right? But if I moss up that place, I won't be able to hear her, and it'll actually be detrimental. Okay. Ah, I didn't have to reload here. Gonna have to wait for her to get over to the desk again. So yeah, I'm not gonna moss up the other place.
Huh?
She turns around in really strange ways sometimes. Does almost a 180 turn.
Is someone there? Guards!
Yeah. Okay, this is a much better place to gauge where she is. Save here. Let's read a couple of notes here. Dear Mr. Cadwell, I'm so very sorry you see my fine establishment as you wrote nothing more than filth and debauchery. Where you see filth, I see the purest form of beauty. Where you see debauchery, I see art. The trickster crafted us this way, and since you frequent my establishment, you probably don't believe in the nonsense the Hammerites babble. You are of course still welcome in my establishment, but you shall know that my lovely girls did not find your remarks very pleasing, and may charge you more if you decide to enjoy the services in the future. Best regards, Madame Dimitra. And a letter from Madame Dimitra here. Sloane, dearest, recall you a previous conversation concerning the locked doors in my observation post? I am certain there is something big and untold behind them. This old building is full of secrets. Burley believes there is a mine shaft or some such, according to the wind, he says. It's true, I can feel a cold wind when I wander there, so I imagine what's behind is not some small chamber. I tried getting several locksmiths to crack what is clearly a lock behind the doors, but no luck so far. If this continues, I'll have to call Bessos the boxman to the rescue. There is nothing indicating what these doors are there for, and the majority of the books I found in this place are either completely empty or written in gibberish. I've had this alchemist fellow, Magdan or Madigan, inspect the place, but all he was able to tell me is that he indeed sensed mysterious magic, but was unable to tell me more. To the matter at hand, do you think you could find a dozen strong men to remove the things and see what's behind? Who knows, perhaps we'll find more riches beyond. I am already quivering with pleasure at the prospect of your answer, and since you know me so well, you know I am telling the truth, don't you? Your everlasting love, your Dimitra. Let's drop this.
I saw something.
Gonna have to make a really risky save here.
Speak from the past.
Let's open this. Grab Madame Dimitra's ledger. And then I can hide here. Kinda. Let's read it. Mr. Cadwell, alias used by a certain Sir Delavant, resides in Old Quarter. Pious family, devout to the Order of the Hammer. Seems to have a hard time with the girls. Lots of vicious remarks about female patrons too. Seems perfectly happy with being the center of attention, but when other people receive it, he becomes very angry. Got into an uncontrollable rage the other day. Must send Burley and his downwinder friends to keep an eye on him. Should not have signed his admittance. De Sapperby. Who is foolish enough to use the real name in a brothel? Flavian de Sapperby, Duke Flevanter of Dayport's nephew. Bizarre fellow, doesn't seem to be too interested in carnal pleasure. Saw him loitering about my quarters a fortnight ago. Invited him for pleasant brandy. Kept looking at the entrance. Won't be a nuisance anymore. Sometimes the trickster has his ways. Burrows. Must gather more information. Seems like he is a dark smoke lord. No noble family bearing this name. Callous and raw. Very aggressive from what I heard. Not good. Fink. Gathered enough information to confirm this is Constable Barton of Lamphire Hills. Can expect a bit of protection from the quill pusher, as long as the girls keep him happy. Endler. constantly talks about his stolen emerald vase and his collection of paintings by the likes of Master Marino and Isaac. Good reasons to believe this is Master Halliford of Shalebridge. Bizarre taste to say the least. Donated a couple of paintings, most notably Nancy of the Waterfall. Doesn't seem too dangerous and is good company in the main hall. Wants to buy Ilda's portrait. Lady Rebecca. Didn't take too much time to figure out this is Miss Elena Stapleton of downtown. Wealthy family but out of touch. She adores girls, which is probably why she comes here. She often talks about how her dying father has a hidden fortune in Blackbrook. Mansagar. Visited the establishment on the second day of Recidivis. Did not even bother to use an alias and was in a foul mood. Asked a lot of questions about the place. Now, not what we did here, but what it was. What do I know? Nadja found it, built a brothel here. She left. I am now the madam. End of story. It's a mysterious place, I'll give him that. Addendum. Had another fellow asking a lot of questions about the building. Didn't quite catch his name. De Pamul or something. Works for the burgomaster from what I've gathered. I know the man. Refused his candidacy. Too violent. Okay. So one thing I'll comment on here is that it's a little bit strange from what we've read here that Madame Demetra never seems to mention the Chalice of Souls. We know that the Chalice of Souls is rumored to be in this brothel, and several people have heard the rumor. So I don't know why nobody in the brothel seems to have heard it. I would have assumed that Madame Demetra would be on the lookout for the chalice herself, but she seems oblivious to most of it. Okay. In here we have some more candles which you can douse, but you can't reach them easily. Right, so you have to drop into the water before you can do that, and that makes noise, so not gonna do that. I'm gonna grab this gold candlestick here, total of 957, and get out. You are more or less safe here even with the candles lit. I'm also gonna use my second moss arrow in this area, just to make it even more easier to traverse this place. And I'm pretty sure that Madame Demetra can see me through this partition, so I'll wait for her to leave before I get out.
A hidden entrance.
Okay. So that switch about the fireplace opened this bookcase, and it leads to the Greater Keeper Sanctuary. So this is the door that Madame Demetra was talking about, and a lockbox. I possess the key you seek. 3 glyphs you shall find to reveal my resting place. And 3 glyphs all look like this. This is the first one. So now we have found 2 more. One of them is right across Madame Demetra's balcony, and I could have gotten it before, but I wanted to show you this place before that, just so that it makes a little more sense, narratively speaking. But all the glyphs are there from the very beginning, and you don't have to get into this room first. I'm also gonna keep this open for now. You can close it, but nobody notices that this is open, which is good for me. I don't really mind.
Is someone there?
Hello? Is someone there?
She didn't hear me there.
Hello? Anyone there?
What? Ah! Intrude!
And I almost made it. Okay,
I
good.
don't know what that was.
That woman can actually catch you. If she were at the top of the stairs, she would have a direct line of sight with me. So this can be dangerous. Get over here. There's a good enough shadow, and the second glyph. You can also get to this place from that balcony, but it's a lot more awkward, in my opinion. And you can get to that balcony from here, which is also quite difficult. Garrett has trouble mantling into this window, and then you have to get over the metal railing, which can make noise. So I'd recommend approaching this place and getting back this way. Okay, can I make it?
I thought I saw something. I thought I saw something.
Show yourself. Must have been imagining things.
Right, we're not done with the second floor just yet. You can hide here. This guard comes quite close, but not close enough. Next, I wanna enter that room.
What's going on over there?
Yeah, you can sneak almost in view of that archer, which is nice, and hide in here too. So that door is pickable, and it's very difficult to pick it from this side, but you can also use a rope arrow and get in through a vent.
Who's there? Is someone there? Nothing making noise now.
Good. So this is some kind of smoking room. Here we have 2 gold candlesticks. 1057. You can get out the same way, but it's actually a lot more difficult to get down without taking damage on the other side. So I'm just gonna pick a lock on this door and get out this way. You don't have to pick it, of course. So now we're ready to head back to the first floor, clear out the rest of it,
There?
and find the third
Someone
glyph.
there? Hello? Anyone there? Guess not. Seems quiet enough now. Oh well.
This warrants another real save.
Someone making noise?
Someone there? Something there.
I don't know where that patron who comes to the second floor is.
Can't hear it anymore. Probably nothing.
I should be fine here. We have a room with what looks like a dominatrix. This gold candlestick and a gold goblet, level 1132. If you're trying to Supreme Ghost this mission, it's insanely difficult, but possible. It's possible to perfect Supreme it. Supreme Ghost it with all the loot. It's quite an accomplishment. I think I'll be caught here. That was close.
Who's that?
Oh man.
Sorry I made a fuss.
Let's douse this quickly, I should be good.
Too much coffee this morning. I'm twitchy as hell. Seems clear.
There's a problem in this mission. A lot of doorways and arches have these drapes which block your vision, but AIs can see through them. So it might be a little bit difficult to gauge the surroundings at times. Okay, I should be safe here. And if you douse the candles on the table, you're more or less safe here as well. Which is pretty funny, but helpful. Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're not completely safe here, by the way. 6 pieces of loot. Well, 13, 27. Okay, this patron comes here. I think I can hide from him. There's also the servant. That's actually Steiny the cook. He has a key, I have to pickpocket from him.
Is someone there? The rats around here perform more than we do.
Next I have to get
What was that?
2 candlesticks on the fireplace.
These halls must speak from the past.
This is also a safe spot. Okay. One thing that's a little bit strange about this mission is, given how many people there are here, it really looks like a hive of activity. None of them interact with each other and there aren't any conversations. I mean, I understand why. This mission was built very quickly for the contest. I think it was built in a month or so, actually, so I assume there was no time to implement any conversations or anything like that. I think I should be able... Okay,
Never mind.
service key.
There's no one here.
This, surprisingly, is a safe spot. And I think so is this one. Here are 2 more moss arrows. It's a stack of 2. And in the bathroom here, there are some more water arrows in case you need them. Okay, and the guard is coming back this way. So I hope I can hide here. In this corridor beyond, I'm gonna use 2 water arrows and douse these 2 torches.
Is that you?
Who made that noise?
Who's there?
Because otherwise
say something?
it's really well lit and it's also very difficult to gauge who can see you in here because of this drape. And speaking of this drape, the room here is kind of a central room that connects the foyer, the pool room over there, the dining room, and we were up there where we robbed the glyph. So again, there is absolutely no reason to go here. There is no loot or anything. It's really trafficated, so I'm not gonna get through there. You can use it to rope up to Madame Dimitra's balcony. You can see there is a rope spot. But again, it's very risky, and I'm gonna have to get back there, but I'm gonna take a slightly longer route. Here is the kitchen, and we have a note. Steiny, you're a good cook, but lately the food has been quite lackluster. I don't know if the new market shortages are responsible for the dive in quality, but the patrons have been quite bothered by this. Madame Dimitra. P.S. As for the noises you hear in the kitchen, these are probably all in your head. This mysterious place can get under your skin. Don't pay attention to them. And indeed, we can hear some noises, and we have this hedge right here, so keep that in mind for now. Let's head over in this room, where all the girls who work here are sleeping, I assume. So 2 vases right there. 12, 15, 27. I'm gonna wait for this woman to leave this room, then I'm gonna loot the rest of it. Okay, nothing here. Here is a love letter. Dear Jeffrey, nights are endless when I am without you. I miss your warm embrace, and I am so cold and alone in these dark halls. Madame Dimitra treats us fairly and respectfully, yet everyone knows she only sees us as pawns for her perverted fantasies. The Dark Hollow is such a strange place. I don't even know what it is supposed to be, but I guess it has existed long before someone decided to turn it into a brothel. It must be centuries old, and I swear I can hear strange noises and even faint whispers sometimes. Janelle once told me that she felt like the statues were silently judging her with their rigid stares, and she left the brothel in a hurry a short while afterwards. Maybe this is just the result of solitude. I hope this letter will find you safely on the battlefields. My heart yearns to see you again. Your love, Celeste. Drop it off. Nothing here. It's a pickable footlocker that has a coin stack. Nothing. This one has a speed potion. I don't need it. Another coin stack here. Empty. And another pickable one with the third coin stack. $16, $14. And now we can head to the basement. This door responds to the service key we picked from the cook. You can actually mantle over it. Not sure what kind of strategic advantage this has, but you can. Okay, the basement is completely safe. There is one guard in here in the wine cellar, but from what I can tell, he's neutral. Here we can pick up 1 and 2 bottles of wine. Total 17, 14. Nothing in this room. Here is a ring, purse and 3 coins, total of 1760, and a corpse. Letter found on a corpse. It's been 2 weeks and I haven't found anything about the secret passage. Either I'm as blind as a mole, or Augusta thinks we're fopdoodles. Well, there is this receipted bookcase in the madam's quarters, but that's about it really. There could be something behind it, but I haven't found a way to move it. I even checked her bathroom, mind you. Head in with Celeste now. We'll talk about it on the morrow. I'll be at Cado's, well, taking the grime of my body. Apple bath, mugwort bath, jasmine bath, wine bath. I don't care if I shrivel like an old prune. The Sapperby. So this is the Sapperby, and we've learned from Madame Dimitra's ledger that he's Duke Flavanter's nephew, so I made a mistake in the previous video. I said that the dead aristocrat we found there was Duke Flavanter's nephew, but no. This is the guy, and that was just some nameless corpse. And here is another water arrow, and the final glyph. In here is a gold nugget, total 1860. This is the furnace underneath the pool, which is a nice touch. Explains why the water in there is not freezing. So with the 3 glyphs rubbed, we can see that hatch is now open. Surprisingly, Steiny doesn't alert to that. But that's all fine with me. I'm gonna have to wait for him to leave the kitchen before I move in. Actually, let's make a real save here.
Is someone over there?
Okay, that was pretty close.
Glad it was nothing.
Did that shadow move?
Up here is a bottle of wine, total 1910. So that's all the loot in the brothel. And if we rope down here, here is the keeper key, which we're gonna need to open that door. You can also flip this to close it up again. Always like to close everything behind me. So now we have to head back to Madame Dimitra's chambers and use the key on that door. So, like I said, not gonna rope up here, even though that would be faster. Gonna use a slightly longer way.
Huh?
Nothing
The
now.
rats around here perform more than we do.
Can't hear it anymore. Probably nothing.
Pretty lucky with patrols here. See if I can get into this corridor. Yep, good. Okay, nice. This went pretty smoothly.
Thought I saw something.
Okay, he didn't see me.
Oh, well,
Neither did Madame Dimitra.
nothing.
So now I can close this up. And we can head into the Keeper Grotto. Now the rest of the mission is a breeze compared to what we just went through. It's a really nice change of pace. So let's unlock this. So you can lock it on your way in, but I'm gonna keep this door open for now, for narrative purposes. You'll see later what I mean. Keeper's message. Keeper, if you read this, it means you have unsealed the doors. We had to leave the sanctuary. Deafening tremors shook the main grotto as a cave-in occurred and cold water from a cave above flooded the lower levels. The great library was submerged and Elder Antranto hurried us to leave the sanctuary, leaving precious tomes of knowledge behind. We could not save them, and I dare not think what their state... I dare not think of their state if the cavern did indeed collapse after our escape. Several relics were kept within these halls, in particular the Chalice of Souls that was enshrined to be studied later. It appears the shrine tower shall be its tomb. As I leave this note for keepers of knowledge such as you, I have high hopes you shall salvage the invaluable wisdom kept in these pages. Yours in knowledge, Keeper German. Well, that's not what I'm here for, Keeper German, but thanks for your concern. Up here, 3 coin stacks, 1939. So in the grotto, all we have to worry about are craymen and I'll tell you right now, they don't seem to have really good vision. They really don't see that far, even when you're quite lit. So maybe I'll demonstrate that. I've just demonstrated the opposite, which is quite ironic. Okay, none of these books or scrolls are readable. Let's follow this guy. I just want to see what the second one is. Okay, he's right here. I'm gonna have to wait then. And I can hide in here. And let's make sure I can have the real save now that I made it into the grotto. I left the brothel and now I'm being really careless. Thinking that we're... I'm underestimating this area. Here is a grand library, reminiscent of the one we see in the cutscene before eavesdropping, complete with an interpreter's tower. And in here we have 2 pieces of loot. Total 2089, so that finally checks off our loot goal. And yeah, finding information on the clientele I didn't show you, but that's Madame Dimitra's ledger that we took. So here, for example, he shouldn't see me. Yep. That's what I remember from my practice run of this mission. I was able to get by this craymen quite easily, even in full view of them. Scroll. Elder Gregos. Following your request, Keep a Fizzle and I have looked for text mentioning the term Zawa with great care. Zawa is a word strangely absent from etchings more or less related to the old dialects and esotericism, perhaps even blasphemous religions of old. The only references I managed to find come from pre-imperial archaic literature. In this text, our ancestors used the term in relation to anarchy and excess, carnage and death. Keeper Fizzle even managed to find the forgotten prophecy of a nameless person speaking of a master clad in shadows, who captured those who knew too much and used them to understand the incomprehensible. The parchment mentioned in this prophecy was moved to the old quarter grotto for more in-depth study. The last reference I found is the result of rather peculiar circumstances, and most probably comes from a journal that has nothing to do with our studies, Chronicles of a Roxburgh Executioner, NO 512. The author writes about the babblings of a simpleton sentenced to death by boiling water after being charged with cannibalism. The related passage reads as follows. It's an adjective used to describe the blow of dust through the bones of the departed. In high hopes of having been of service, yours in knowledge, Keeper Merlin. Let me hide from this guy now. You can rope up to the balcony above, but there is nothing useful. I think there's just a flash bomb. Here we have to jump over. Here is another book. Fitchwick's Hollow, Report 316, NO723. Mud so cold it burned, fell from the sky for half an hour. Several incidents occurred within the ensuing panic, one costing Lady Darmler her life. Fitchwick's Hollow, Report 317, NO723. The ivy in the Druid's sepulchre has tainted, and a plant of black aspect has coiled around the statue. The Hammerites think this is the doing of pagan forces, but Keeper Cranthis believes the truth is far more sinister. Fitchwick's Hollow, Report 318, NO723. Several monks fell asleep in their cells at Peterholt Belfry and woke up in completely different places. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be exactly. All of these incidents sound really odd. And they also date from over 100 years old. So that's a strange book. Okay. That's the tower I'll show you later. It connects to the area where we entered the grotto. Here you can climb this. This walkway I'll also show you later. Let's head this way first. Another moss arrow here, but you really shouldn't need any moss arrows at this point. Right here is another vase. 2139. Another moss arrow here. We can get down. Here's a gold candlestick. 2189. And that's the shrine tower, I would assume. The main structure here, it has 3 floors, and there is the staircase which you can take, but there is absolutely nothing on the top floor. Below there is one gas arrow, I think, but other than that there is no reason to explore this place. So let's get to this walkway and head over to this tower. I'm not quite sure what this is supposed to be. There is a stationary crayman, but if you hug this wall, he shouldn't see you, even though you're lit like a Christmas tree here. Let's see. And a rope up to that piece of wood up there. Be a little bit difficult to see, but there is a piece of loot up there. Oh, pair of spectacles, 2239. And the best way to get down from here is to jump down without hitting anything on the way. And mantle this. Otherwise, I haven't found a really good way. You can jump onto the statue, for example, but where you go from there is a little bit unclear. And this is not a difficult jump. Now I'm gonna head into the water, and down below you see some new enemies. And these are water elementals. They are an enemy unique to this mission. And I'm not sure what they are exactly, if they are an actual AIs or just objects with some interesting properties, but they can alert to you. And you can tell when they do that, when they start to inflate and stand in one place or submerge. So I'm gonna make a real save here. Let me show you what they do if they see you. So right here it approaches me, and if you get inside one, you see it starts draining your air really quickly, and then it starts damaging you. So they should be easy to avoid. I'm not sure how exactly they detect you. If it's sight or vision or what. Haven't been able to figure it out with complete certainty. But just staying away from them should be fine. So there's the chalice. There we go. The Chalice of Souls. Our main objective. And there are also 3 silver nuggets in the grotto. Now you may ask, well, isn't that a pain to look for them? Because this place is so big? Well, no, not really. Because most of them have pretty clear reference points as to where they are. And the first one is right here, where we get the chalice. Easy to find. 2289. And I'm gonna get the other 2 on my way back to where I entered it. So yeah, I'm now actually gonna head back to lock that door I left open and show you something else. Okay, so that guy seems to have alerted to me. See, he changed his behavior somehow. So I don't want that. Okay. I think I'll wait a little bit. Yeah, I think I managed to get past them. There are a couple more here. So that's how you can get out of the water here, and that's where we'll also find the other 2 nuggets. So the first one is in this opening, right here. Easy to get, where you know where it is. And the final one is over here, L2389. There is also a crayman right there, shouldn't be a problem. Be careful going through this window because it can actually make noise on the glass, and it sounds the same as tile, so you can alert the crayman that way. There's a gold candlestick, 2439. And the gold goblet, 2464. So this is the tower that I said then I'll explore later. Now we can hear some guards. Interesting.
What's going on over
And
there?
one of them has a scroll which acts as a pickpocket, and it actually was quite a bit before I figured out where the final pickpocket in this mission was. It was the last one I got. Lads, until we know who opened these doors, you are to keep an eye open for anyone loitering about. Our reputation could suffer from this unprecedented damage should some gallowbait waltz through the establishment. Make sure you don't alarm the patrons. We need to keep this a secret. On the subject, where did you lazy slobs learn to do your job? Some vases and such just vanished. The nobles are degenerates, but I doubt they'd stoop so low as to steal from the madam. I'm going to have a word with you all when this is over. Burley. Okay. So apparently, these guys know
Did you hear a noise?
that the doors have been unsealed, which is kinda interesting, because if you lock this door on your way in here, these guys would still be here, which is... how exactly do they get in here if this door is locked? But anyway, you can actually go back to the start and leave the brothel that way. It does act as a end point of the mission, so you can exit it that way, but that's not what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna lock this now, so good luck to you guys trying to get out of here now. There is another way. Let's not make that clack. Another way to leave this mission. Let me just remember where it was. It's not here, it's the next cave. Be able to get there from here. Okay, that guy didn't see me. Good. So... there ahead, you can see another cave. That's not the one where we took the Chalice of Souls. It's some other passage. So let's see what's down here. Looks like some kind of corpse pit. And you can rope up. You need 2 rope arrows for this. Wait a second. Where did the second rope go? One down here and one above. Yeah? Should be right. We can retrieve this one. Okay, so here is a thief. He has a key. That will be our last pickpocket. And that key opens that door above there. And that's how we can leave the mission. Here's another dead guy.
Guess it was
Yes.
nothing.
3 coin stacks and a single coin. And a note. Bert, I've had enough of Joan, and I'm afraid he may compromise our operation. Tonight he dies. Do it in a quiet place, and don't forget to dump his body in our usual spot, when the deed is done. Feel free to lay your hands on anything he may have stolen from us. Consider whatever you find an extra for your job a fortnight ago. Thumb.
Huh?
Okay, so the loot down there brings the total to 2500, and that's all the loot in the mission.
Damn rats around here.
Nice. This guy.
I thought I heard something.
I don't know if he can see me here. Hope not. Okay, good. So our exit point is right there. Before that, just to address this exit point being here might raise a question of how in the world nobody has claimed the Chalice of Souls or founded Keeper Sanctuary before this, but it actually makes in-world sense to me. I don't have a problem with that, because the only people who know about that hole are these thieves who use it to dispose of bodies, and they probably think that it's just a hole that doesn't lead anywhere. So why would they explore it, right? Go down there. So that's fine. Now, remember in the previous video, I said that Fidgewick's Hollow borders a bridge, which we can see in this mission. So that we can do right now, and we won't have too much time to marvel at it, but there you can see it in a distance. When I get close to the gates, the mission will end, but you can see the top of it over there. I wish I could explore that bridge. Whew, okay. Mission complete. Oh, I didn't look at my stat screen. What's wrong with me? Okay, that was silly. Mission complete in 46 minutes 42 seconds. Found 2500 loot, which is all of it. Picked all 7 pockets and picked 5 locks. I didn't have to pick the door of the smoking room on the 2nd floor of the brothel, so you can do this mission with only 4. And the campaign totals 1 hour 47 minutes 12 seconds. Loot so far 6500. Okay, great. Really nice mission. I do appreciate the challenge it poses. And that's the end of the saga that began in Between These Dark Walls. But we're not done with the Black Parade lore missions just yet. So next time I'm gonna go back to TDP 20th anniversary missions, and I'll do the Whistling of the Gears by Fire Mage. So I hope to see you guys then. And for now, stay safe and bye bye.